I see it.
There you go. That's how we know it's the top of the pod.
How's everybody doing? Welcome back to 2ShotsMusicPod.
Yeah, those screams of pain were me. Anyway.
All right, let's get going. Oh, I'll just do the intro. Welcome to 2ShotsMusicPod. How you doing? This is episode 83. We never screw up anything. This is 83. No matter what you've been told, this is episode 83. Please subscribe on YouTube. That's called an ask. I'm supposed to ask you. Please subscribe on YouTube. You guys, please subscribe on YouTube and give us 5 stars and leave a hilarious comment over there on Dirty Apple Podcasts, you nasty sons of bitches. You can follow us everywhere you follow people on social media with 2 Shots Music Pod. That's the number 2 Shots Music Pod. That is Michael St. James. I am Stu Miller. Damn it.
You're looking great.
I am looking great.
So
I had
good.
some great shows this weekend.
You did.
I would love to hear about them.
Go ahead and tell me about your great shows there.
Well, I was was I in Des Plaines or Des Plaines? How do you call it?
I found out that it is pronounced Des Plaines.
I thought it was Des Plaines.
And I looked at a lot of people kind of, the fuck? Kind of cockeyed like a spaniel. Yeah, it was... you
had a lovely theater gig and the pictures look fantastic. Big old light show, big old rock show.
Yeah, I got asked to fill in with an old band I toured with called the Freddie Jones Band, and there's nobody named Freddie Jones in the band. So, and don't mistake it for the Ben Folds song "Fred Jones Part 2." So that is actually what I call the band, is Fred Jones Part 2.
A lot of people don't know it, but Me and Mr. Jones is written about Freddie Jones Band. Yeah. That's not true. Sorry, don't spread that, you guys.
Yeah. So I filled in on a theater show, flew back out the next morning super fucking early, and played a private event in Denver for a former Olympic soccer player, shall we just say.
A former Olympic soccer player.
Yeah. I think he tore his anus or something. I don't know.
That's a red card.
That's a red card.
Hey, look out.
Look out. But yeah, it was a super
hot and heavy.
super fun weekend, and then on Sunday, I'm finally done paying 2 rents.
Very nice.
I'm out of the old spot, and moving on to bigger and better things.
That is super awesome.
And how are you, my good friend?
I was stuck in music doing no music.
Oh.
Yes, I'm in the middle of a major book proposal on I can't really say what it is, but it's on an upcoming thing for a major publisher, for a trad publisher, as we call it in the industry. Hey,
trad.
And so I had a big old book proposal. There's probably a few people out there who did some proposals this weekend that know which one I'm talking about, because the deadline was the same for everyone.
Yeah.
And it was brutal. It's brutal writing about what you're gonna write about.
Yeah.
You have to do the writing. Yeah. You gotta, and I'm like I'm more than halfway done with the book, but that's not what it actually means, because as in songwriting and everything else, it's more about the editing and all the rest of the stuff. And so I'm not with the editor yet, but you have to do all of this writing, literally 23, 24 pages of a proposal, how you're going to market it. What are the salient points about it? How the historical view, the academic view, all this kind of crap. So you get to write about what you're going to write about without writing about the thing you're writing about. But you do still have to write about the thing that you're writing about. But we're not really interested in that. We just want 5 pages of that. The other 27 pages are about what you think you're going to be writing about. And who the fuck you are, and that kind of thing. And so,
who the fuck do you think you are?
Exactly. And why? Why you? Why now? Yeah. Why this? It's the same with everything. It's startups, music. Why this? Why now? Why you? You guys,
just let me do the thing I want to do. Any creative
project you do, that's the questions you have to answer.
Yeah. Why can't I just do the things I want to do in the ways I want to do them?
You can.
And make money doing that, Michael.
You can.
Why?
I'm just trying something a little bit different here because the other problem is that I also have to. I'm putting together all my kind of self-published books for release.
Oh boy!
Prior to this, and this is because this is traditional publishing. Think about it like a label situation.
Yeah,
it's nothing is going to move on this until June at the very earliest.
Yeah,
and and I've got interviews to do with people, but I can't really call them up and go, "Hey, I'm doing this book for XYZ." Until I kind of know whether it's going to be for them or not.
Yeah.
But I'm probably going to finish it anyway. I don't know.
Yeah.
But then I'm just swimming in a bunch of writing about music, not doing music this weekend.
Can you take some time to yourself? Maybe put on pour yourself a glass of Merlot, light yourself some incense.
Well,
fire up the lava lamp.
Later today I can.
Excellent.
I'm going to basically do that, but it's going to be playing FIFA and smoking a joint probably. I think that's what you're talking about.
That is exactly what I was talking about.
I'm going to make a nice cup of soup. I'm wearing my lovely flannel that I love, and I'm just trying to be comfortable today.
Are you going to seduce yourself into a sexy songwriting situation?
I did play a lot. I picked up the guitar the other day and I just started playing the solo to Hotel California.
Fantastic. It's a great solo choice.
It's a fun solo. Yeah.
Great solo.
I'm not a lead player, so I don't normally do that kind of shit. And but especially because when I was first coming up in guitar, I learned to bend down instead of up.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I have really good intonation down. And every time I would meet with, guitar teachers or whatever, they're like, okay, so we can't do that because we need you bending up. And
you need to bend up all the time.
Well, because if you were to be like a real, because you're a real lead player, there's a reason why you need to bend up for runs.
Yeah, you'll run out of neck if you go the wrong way. But
on your E,
on your E string. But that you're smart enough.
Yeah. So I just do it but that one I really wanted to because it feels like you need to push up on it. So it's kind of a little bit of fun with that.
I'm glad. That's a fun fucking solo.
Yeah, and I literally just picked up my guitar and went, and I was like, oh,
fantastic.
Shit, that's that.
I'm going full Felder. Watch out.
Yeah, I've never really played it, and I was like, and then I got into the weeds on it, so I was like, I should probably learn the rest of it, so I messed with it for fun.
It's one of those things, those solos, and this is true of a lot of solos from that era. The notes are about 40% of the solo.
Yeah. It's the timing in your bends and
the
and how hard how you can hold that intonation for that note.
Yeah.
Because you can play it three different ways, whether you bend up a whole step or do it a thread up and bend up half step,
Yeah. It's there's a very particular way he plays that. And it's, he fucking, him and Walsh, great fucking players. Gilmore, like that. Clapton, any of the fucking 70s guitar legends, those guys, man. There's a thing they do.
Clapton bends down?
Clapton sometimes bends down. We all bend down.
I don't see you doing it.
I do it often.
Do you really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I won't feel bad about it. I was really beating myself up over it.
You play guitar how it makes sense to you, and everybody else can fuck off.
Yeah,
cool?
bar chords. Bar chords and suspended sevens.
Yep, there you go. You know what? Have you ever seen Seal play guitar? He's left. I think he's a lefty. He plays upside down. You watch some of the ways they play stuff. I mean, I see people play chords turned inside out. Their fingerings are not the traditional fingerings. Who gives a shit? It's music. Enjoy yourself.
I love that. Okay. This is good. Everyone needs to hear this.
I just hope both teams have a great time.
Yeah. I don't know. But it's also something I think that's from touring days where there were like some vocal things where I'm like, oh yeah, you can do that vocally. Like twice. Yeah. But when I talk about how it should be done, I'm always kind of thinking about like longevity and it's not like I'm going to record right now. Like I'm going to record the solo. And so you kind of need to play it a certain way so that you can replicate it night after night or 7 times in a studio or,
a studio is different, as
around.
you know. It's going to be like, I mean, for me as a player that does studio and live stuff all the time, like I take stuff out from the studio all the time, play it live. Like, the studio is a way more intense physical experience than playing it on stage.
Yeah.
And it's just gonna be. And so if I'm playing the solo 7 times, 8 times, 9 times, my hands are gonna be tired at the end of it.
Yeah.
However, if I'm playing it live, I'm playing it differently. I'm playing the notes, but I'm aware of the fact that I also have to play 53 other songs that night or whatever the fuck kind of gig it is. You just play it differently. You learn to be economical with your hand strength because you will run out. But when you're in the studio, you're going for something, and also the fucking solo's going to blow by 30 seconds or however long. Who fuck's playing a solo for 30 seconds these days? But whatever. It's going to blow by and the audience is going to be like, that was great, and move on to the next thing, right? You come back with another solo, it's going to be great. Somebody's going to listen to something over and over and over again on a recording, and so you play it differently. You play it with more intent and more intensity and more... the energy is different on a recording.
Yeah, this is the same thing that vocals have always been. Like, there's a way to record a song, and there's a way to play the first set of 4 on a 5-night run.
Yeah.
No way to sing it, because you want to make sure that you can sing it the last time.
Yeah. Well, I think I told you this. I don't know if I mentioned this on the podcast last week, but before I took that show out in Chicago, that was going to be it was like a 90 or 100-minute show, and I knew I had a 4-hour party the following night. I took a vegetable peeler to my index finger.
I saw that. How did it work out?
So I was playing with I basically was rapping it. I was trying to take care of it, but I was also learning songs.
Yeah.
And I'm having to work around, the tip of my index finger. It's fine now, but I took a big chunk of bleeding everywhere. It was fucking
And that's
mess.
not like a pinky thing. Like an index finger is like everything.
It's like that's a lead finger. It's a finger you lead lines with, and all this kind of stuff. So I had to, while I was practicing, account for the fact that it's like repeatedly stabbing yourself in the finger because you have habits.
Yeah.
And so learning to play with, spending a week playing with more intention, you learn differently. So that now I have to also be economical with the amount of pressure I'm putting on that finger or how I'm putting pressure on that finger. And I'm having to account for wrist stuff. And, you just do what you got to do, but you are more intentional with,
Did you go super glue?
No, I did not. I wore a Band-Aid, and I rotated my wrist slightly when I had to catch because the other side of my finger was fine. So I would be putting pressure on the wrong side, but occasionally I would catch it. There's a spot right in the middle.
Yeah,
where the thing would just go zim. And I'd be
man, that hurts so bad.
Yeah, but I had really great amp. I had really great tone. I played some fun stuff, and I enjoyed myself.
Well, good. So everyone had a good time.
All teams had a good time.
Excellent. No one got hurt except for you.
Except for me.
But that happened pregame.
Did not get electrocuted on this one, though. I have been electrocuted on other gigs anyway. So anyway.
All right, let's move to some music biz bits here for a little bit and give you a little bit of information on what's going on around the music world. And this is a world music biz bits.
Excellent.
Let's start off Saturday deadline for TikTok. Remember, TikTok's going away. Here we go again. Saturday's the deadline.
Boy.
There's been stories out that, no, there's going to be a sale by Saturday. Don't worry about it. I don't think there will be. Although, people inside my little circle say that Larry Ellison of Oracle is who you should be watching. Yeah.
Yeah, interesting.
And so that would be fucking horrible because their servers are crazy. But so it might be on TikTok, might not be on TikTok. That's coming up on Saturday. I wanted to share a little bit of news about the Juno Awards. This is
Canada.
The Canada Grammys, basically. I hate to say it like that, but that's basically what it is. Michael Bublé was hosting. It was in Vancouver last night.
Fantastic.
A whole lot of Canada not for sale talk, let's just say. So, when we have our Grammys and they're like, hey, free Palestine, this was a whole lot of Canada going, hey, fuck you, America. Maybe knock it off. We're very proud of Canada. Anne Murray got in on the action about she wore an emblazoned hockey jersey with Canada that was like, I just couldn't do it. I was gonna move between California and all of this, but like Canada's my home and I love it. She got a Lifetime Achievement Award. But so
Very
yeah,
nice.
there was it was a lot. I don't know if you've ever seen him. It's a great production. It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's a great production. Like it's very technical, very tech heavy. The camera angles, the lighting, it's very cool.
Nice.
The TikTok Juno Fan Choice Award went to BBNO $. I don't know how to say that because I'm an old guy. So it might be Bibinos. Don't know. Single of the year went to Tate McRae. Tate McRae took a bunch of shit home.
Wow, nice.
The group of the year was a group called The Beaches. Yeah. And so I like sharing some of these because there's a whole country with a whole bunch of music, all of it in English that you could listen to. And I just love how everybody's like, there's no good music anymore. I can't find any. Like, all you got to do is like look at different countries sometimes.
What? I don't understand, Michael.
No, it all comes out of America.
Isn't that? Yeah, aren't we the? Yeah. Anyway,
but if you doubt me that you think that maybe there's some good music that you think there isn't good music elsewhere, or people doing cool things elsewhere, let me tell you who won the rock album of the year, and this is why I'm bringing it up.
Nickelback.
Nope. It's a band called No Bro.
No Bro.
Two chicks leading it.
Yep.
You're going to hear about them on this podcast coming up eventually.
Yeah.
And the album was called Set Your Pussy Free. Okay.
Fantastic.
So, yes, the pop album of the year went to Tate McRae. But, yes, No Bro was Set Your Pussy Free. And how come you're in America and you don't know about that song? Because I would think that Americans would be like, oh, okay, that's my kind of shit, man.
Yeah. Well, again, I don't know how many times a week I have a conversation with somebody about music business. And you and I are pretty global,
True,
in our perspective on music business.
True.
And I get a thing that's like, well, that's not the way we do it here. And it's like, well, you are one small town on this side of the world. There is an entire planet outside of your town that you are not accounting for.
There are multiple planets.
Yeah.
If you can have us, like, seriously, if you know how much English music is selling in Mumbai? Like, if you could make a song go in India, you would never have to work again.
Yeah.
There are 1.4 billion people there. Yeah. And it's kind of the same thing if you break into a little bit of Australia or a little bit of Canada, you can't break into England. They have so many good artists right now.
Yeah.
But like you got room in other places that speak English, that want English music. They want that shit. And it's amazing how little artists will care about it or even try.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like, look, if Iowa doesn't like you, maybe try somewhere else, you know?
Maybe, yeah. Yeah.
Maybe that's not your thing. Maybe that's not your bag, baby.
Yeah. I just, again, there is a world outside your door.
There's a world. Okay, never mind. I won't stop.
Yeah, you're welcome.
There's a Disney song in there somewhere.
Hey, I'm going to go a little music biz news because I got a thing this morning, if that's okay. Shaka Khan putting out the open call for a new guitar player today. You can find it on our website. There's an audition link. You can go ahead and upload a video of yourself, 1 minute long. Of course, Neely Barash is up there. She's the fucking best, and she should probably get that gig because she's amazing. Anyway, there's you can get up there. I think it's at. Let me find the website real fast here. We're moving at the speed of news. Here it comes.
I love this.
ShakaKhan.com/guitarist audition /guitarist -audition, and you can go there. And you can audition. There's a little video on her Facebook page, Shaka Khan's Facebook page, saying, "I want you." to rock with me.
Is this going to be for a tour or for the band or for a recording or for everything?
It is a touring position. I think of course, you know how it is in the studio. The producer has a guy. Fuck you.
Yeah.
That's been the case.
They're going to retrack it anyway.
They're not retracting it with your dumbass. Anyway, no. Fill out the form below, including a YouTube link of a 1-minute video of you playing guitar in any style or genre. I will, of course, be uploading my cover of the Wait solo by White Lion. Anyway.
Vigo?
Vito Bratta, baby.
Vito Bratta, that's right. Sorry, man, that was close.
Vito Bratta, yeah. Anyway, so that was my little thing. I just got that this morning from a bunch of people. They're like, just like when Smashing Pumpkins announced it.
Yeah.
You know, and I was like, I don't want that gig. That sounds exhausting.
Man, poor Kiki. And she got it. And
she did. She's fucking amazing.
She's amazing. But, like, boy, have you seen, like, sometimes they'll do the picture and she's, like, just a little out of frame. Or, like,
her arm is in there, you know. Yeah.
And it's like, she's killing it. But, like, that's all. They're also just sort of wasting what she could do. She should be out with every death metal band in the world.
Go out with Danny Elfman, would you?
Yeah,
that'd be great. Anyway,
so there you go, Shaka Khan. We might see Stu rocking some Shaka Khan.
Yeah, baby.
Here's another little fun thing. The Korea Music, speaking of global, the Korea Music Copyright Association recently implemented a procedure for registering a new song, requiring songwriters to verify that they did not use artificial intelligence, reaffirming its stance that AI-generated music cannot be copyrighted.
Yep.
So I love this, obviously. I love this. They're also making some modifications about whether or not you used AI tools in part of your process, which is allowable.
Interesting.
But that you have to basically verify that you have done it yourself, that you've written the song yourself. And this is a big fucking deal in K-pop especially.
Yeah.
Like, it's a major deal with Blackpink. There's, like, it's a big deal with those kind of bands. And there's so much money. I people that know me know that I share some K-pop stuff with people on, like, Facebook. And on a private thing. And they're just living life different out in Korea. It like in Seoul. It's amazing. Like some of the shit that they're listening to and the lives that they're living, when you see what their videos are and like they're shooting them in the real street or in a real apartment, you're like, my God, that's how they're living.
Yeah.
Holy shit, they're ahead of us.
Yeah. Yeah.
And mixing Korean and mixing English and mixing Spanish and like it's so fucking global. It's great.
Yeah. 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 The fact that stuff is translating to the US and we are getting some of it.
Yeah.
It says something. And the question is, why is it not going the other way, Michael? Or is it?
Sony has an office there. They don't care.
Yeah, they don't care.
I mean, it kind of is. There are like Bruno Mars has been doing some things with APT and that song, and there's like, and you know, I think we shared on this channel not too long ago that Pac was doing some shit with a global artist who used to be a Korean pop artist. So it does, but you know, not like it does the other way. Yeah,
yeah.
And so there you go.
Love it.
Last thing, if you saw that picture of Kid Rock wearing his whatever the fuck that was, his abomination, his Kid Rock suit of an American flag, Jesus Christ. That whole thing, I'm not sure how much, if people, because everybody's tuning it out, that actually had to do with the music industry. That was Trump signing an executive order to prevent ticket scalping, but it actually wasn't. Yeah. So it actually has to do with something that Biden put in about 3 years ago. It's a non-starter. He was saying what Trump is basically doing is saying, okay, if you're going to sell tickets on the secondary market, you have to report your extra profit to the IRS, so we tax you for it. There's plenty of money for everybody. Okay, that's not stopping it.
No.
And meanwhile, the DOJ, as we've spoken about on this, is still fighting with Ticketmaster and Live Nation. That lawsuit goes on.
Breaking it up.
That also has to do with the secondary market and the Bots Act, which has to do with bots buying up blocks of ticket sales that go to the secondary market, which is basically illegal computer scalping. So what you saw yesterday and what you heard yesterday was absolutely nothing. So there you go. Per usual, absolutely nothing. Just in the office, let's make a big ruckus. And I hated every minute of having to read through it.
Yeah.
I think the only two people that did was like me and Bob Lefsitz.
Like, and what was his opinion on it, Michael?
Non-starter, complete bullshit. I was like, of course I saw that afterwards. I could have saved myself 20 minutes.
Like, don't worry, Bob read it. We're fine.
Bob read it. I'm sure Bob's got a handle on it.
He's already got it.
All right, there you go. There's a little bit of music biz bits.
You're welcome.
Shaka
How
Khan.
many of you skipped past
Shaka
that
Khan.
to get to this part of the show?
Shaka Khan, let me rock it.
Still talking about business. Forward 10 seconds. Forward 10 seconds. Forward 10 seconds. Forward 10 seconds. Are
Let's
they still
talk
fucking
about
talking about it?
music. All right, everybody. Let's turn you on. Oh, yeah. Hey, we listened to 2 songs this week, a new one and an older one, and we want you to listen to them too, and we're going to tell you why.
Yeah.
Let's just get right into it. The first song is from an artist out of New Orleans, and actually kind of everyone involved in this song is out of New Orleans. However, I believe she lives in LA now.
Okay.
But the artist's name is Damag3 with a 3 on the end. Again, old guy, making sure I know how to say it. And it's featuring Rob Apollo and Sleazy Easy.
Yeah. Sleazy spelled with a $sign.
Sleazy spelled with a $sign. Easy
and a
is
Z.
spelled E-Z. Yes.
Yeah.
So, for the kids.
Yeah.
It's called Put a Landlord in a Landfill. I fucking love this song. It's rap.
Yeah.
It's so good. She is a treasure. These are, and if you go down the rabbit hole of these 3 rappers, they're part of like super duper collectives of like progressive rap that are like doing shit in their community, helping trans rights, gay people. I think Sleazy Easy's married. They just, even their tour stuff, like they'll put out an interview and it's like a black picture and all of the writing of the interviews in black ink. It's everything that would piss your parents off. So if your kid listening to this, go listen to this song. This is the shit I love. It's subversive, and it's about time we start taking a piss out of fucking landlords.
Yeah. I'd like to point out at the end of the video that there is a big old fucking thing that says there are more of us than there are of them. It's again, this is exactly why I listened to a lot of this kind of hip hop when I was a kid.
Yeah. Yes.
It is punching, it is energetic, it is a giant fuck you. It's like, I mean, I remember I went to an all boys school in England.
Ooh, Polish.
And I remember listening to I was, let's just put it this way. I was not one of the rich kids that went to this all boys school, right?
I know about that.
And so these guys are like, this Vanilla Ice guy's pretty hip. And of course I'm listening to fucking Straight Outta Compton.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what the yeah. Rob Van Winkle's got his place in music history for stealing from Queen. But it was just like that. I was listening to that, and I'm living at the edge of suburb meets ghetto in this part of England, and this type of energy was fucking all around us all the time.
Yeah,
and it's like listening to that. It was like I kind of felt like this like homecoming a little bit. It was just like it's super.
Eat the rich energy.
Yeah, exactly, and it is super. It's
for my UK friends. 2 fingers up.
2 fucking fingers up, facing forward.
Facing forward.
It's super like high energy fuck you shit, and there it is in the video. The way the video is shot, by the way, I'd like to say it's shot really well, but it is totally guerrilla style.
Yeah.
It
And
is. Yeah.
I think that the video was actually done. So Rob Apollo does a lot of the video stuff. And I think that Rob is the guy that's behind that. He's out of Detroit, down in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Again, if you get into the three of these artists, like, they're doing really interesting shit. Like, they're really like underground SoundCloud kind of shit, but touring collectives. It's like this is the kind of energy I want for rock bands. You know? Like, they're working together. It's not about the money. It's like, let's make some fucking art, you guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's very cool. Get you some Damage. You're gonna like a lot more of what they do. It's really really good.
Just the three different styles really work really fucking well together. And like some of the flow is pretty on the front of the beat. Some of it's real lazy. Yeah, it's like it's fucking cool. I love it.
My bank account swole. Don't make me. I didn't want to get back and hit the pole. Don't be coming up in my place. I got drugs in here. There's just some lines that are just, God, this makes me feel like wanting to be in my 20s and, you know, in that shitty apartment. Like, this is the kind of song you need to listen to.
Yeah.
I'm just happy it's being done. I don't know where it's going to go. This is not going to be synced somewhere, probably.
I don't know, man. That lock fucking lasts. If there's making another season of Alex Cross, they might.
You know what they should do is I should just develop a show for Netflix about an uprising against landlords, and this is the title track. And like,
fucking A.
You know, I mean, there's a subversive show about people finding and hunting their landlords. Ooh,
yeah,
I like it.
Uh oh.
Hold on, gotta pause the podcast.
Right.
All right, we're back. I have written a series. It's 8 episodes. Now my next weekend's going to be...
Shonda Rhimes involved.
Yes, Shondaland. Yeah. What's up? All right, let's get to the old song. So that is the new song, and it's Damage. Put a Landlord in a Landfill, featuring Rob Apollo and Sleazy Easy.
Fucking great.
Does it just sound weird that the white guy's saying that? Anyway, old song. Here we go. This will sound a lot better to you. Alice in Chains, you guys. 1992. Anyway, this is Alice in Chains and kind of the same energy here.
Yeah.
It's a song called Junkhead, which I believe was originally called Junk Fuck.
Yeah.
Which, if you listen to it, when you listen to it, you will listen to it because we've asked you to, and you guys are great about that. Yeah. Because you know that we're going to give you some good shit to listen to. In the beginning, don't skip the beginning. You can hear junk, fuck. It's great.
Excellent.
Before Lane comes in with Anyway, this is... You call it grunge. This is fucking sludge metal to me. Mm-hmm. And it's so great. It's a song exploring and what would be the right term for it? Celebrating deep fucking drug use. I love this song because every time I hear this song, I think about the label guys in their suits sitting around the big round table as they press play. And the first lines are a good night, the best I've had in a long time. A new friend turned me on to an old favorite. Okay, nice. Nothing better than a dealer who's high. Be high, convince them to buy. Yeah. And then it goes major because it's so happy. What's my drug of choice? Well, what have you got? And I just love that fucking line. And I can't tell you how many times in my just normal life, I think about the line. There's a little part in the song that's like, "Are you happy?" And then his subconscious goes, "Are you happy?" Yeah. I am man. Content and fully aware. So yes, Alice in Chains, Junkhead. This is off the album Dirt. One of the best albums of the 90s. And you should listen to this and just celebrate the joy of it. The stoners, junkies, and freaks.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you think? Are you against drug use?
At my age, yes. But no, I'm kidding. Not for me. It's not my thing. But
yeah, not
here's
for
the
me.
thing. Here's the thing. Okay, so Dirt for me as an album is one of the reasons I fucking play music.
Agreed.
Because
someone should write a book about it.
Someone should absolutely write a book about it. But I don't think that I have ever heard any band pull harmonies off like this since. I mean, it's just, I mean, like they do it occasionally on, like they do it on Jarflies, they do it on Sap, they do a little bit on Facelift. Dirt is where fucking Alice in Chains really fucking locked their sound. That thing that Alice in Chains for. And this song, by the way, this song is 5 fucking minutes long. It doesn't have to be, but it fucking is.
Yeah.
I mean, they take their time over this, and it sounds like it is exactly what you put on when you're about to fucking, like melt something into a spoon.
Yes. Why are my spoons ruined?
Yeah. Why are all my spoons ruined? It sounds like...
sounds like you're on it.
It sounds like Train Spotting looks. And for a rock record, it's so fucking gorgeously produced too. Like there's so many little ear candy nuggets in here for you as a listener. Even if you're not into kind of the drug messages and all that kind of stuff, it is a fucking great sounding song. It is an incredible sounding fucking record.
And this song going from minor to major so often is such a thrill ride. Yeah. Like if you don't understand music theory, there's a reason why this song makes you feel off and then makes you feel right on the precipice of happiness.
Yeah.
And it's a brilliant exploration into songwriting. Jerry would tell you, I think, that they were a 2 lead vocal band. And that these aren't harmonies. So we should point that out before he calls. But but yeah, just and the vocal performance and just all of the performances. The bass line's great.
Yeah.
It's just really fun, and especially older folks. If you're listening to this podcast, turn it up in the car. Let people hear this publicly.
Yeah. Yep.
I want to hear this publicly.
Yeah.
Let your kids hear that you're listening to this song and be like, "Mom."
Yeah. I remember playing, I don't think it was this song, but I do remember playing some Alice in Chains for my kid. And he was like, "That's really fucking weird, Dad." And I'm like, yeah. And then of course we've got a shared playlist that he just updates with shit he's listening to. And of course, this entire record's on there. Jar Flies is fucking on there. Couple songs, We Die Young is on there from Facelift, and I think Stone or something like that from Waking the Dinosaur or whatever it is on there. There's a couple of weird fucking choices from him that he liked, and I'm like, that's fucking cool that this shit is surviving. And I will say this. Chris Cornell is my favorite singer from this era of music. Lane Staley is fucking tied because his performance on these fucking records is like, how do you get that out of a guy that is living the life of this song?
Yeah.
It's just, it is on fire.
And they were on acid when they recorded it.
Yeah.
They were recording it during the riots after Rodney King in the desert. They had to get out of L.A. That's what's going on in the world that you hear in the air of the tape.
Wow.
And Jerry got out early.
Yeah.
And anyway, someone should write a book about it. But yeah, there's a whole thing where he was tripping for days before they got there.
Amazing.
They had to get all their shit out of a studio in downtown LA to get it up into the desert. But like, nuts. That's why sometimes recording an album is important.
Yeah.
It's important, but
capturing the energy of the world around you is it is important.
Yeah,
put it on tape.
So it's 1992. Alice in Chains, Dirt. The song is Junkhead. Please listen to it.
Listen to that whole fucking record.
And I do it a lot.
Yeah.
Oh God, just all the lines, and I don't go broke. Mm-hmm. Is such a major line because as someone who was alive at this time, there a lot of drug use that happened in the community, especially in the rock community. If it hurt your money, you were an addict. But if you could afford it, it was okay. I mean, I'll just say that if you could afford it, like it was always like, hey, I'm not like selling my shoes or anything. Like there were lines like people would literally say that. And, you know, I don't think that I'll take you back a little bit. There were people doing heroin on the weekend and going to work on Monday. They weren't like complete burnout druggies.
Yeah.
They were doing like, you know, like you go out and you get loaded on Saturday night, drink a little too much or whatever. There were people doing that on Saturday night and then, you know, eating soup on Sunday and kicking the sheets and then going and doing spreadsheets on Monday. And I'm just telling you, there's a whole thing around this where not everyone died of a heroin overdose. Not everyone got hooked on cocaine. But yeah, some did. But don't do drugs, kids. Anyway.
Oh, it's the line from fucking Love Actually. Don't buy drugs, kids. Become
Don't buy
a pop
drugs.
star, and they give you to you for free.
That's right. That's right. Anyway, Alice in Chains Junkhead, and man, this is a subversive podcast. Sorry, but not sorry. All right, let's get to the sink of the week. Yeah. Stu, it's time for Sink of the Week. What you got there, kiddo?
Okay. I am on the Apple TV today, this month. By the way, I would just encourage everybody to watch everything that's on Apple TV.
Absolutely. Agreed.
I mean, even if it's not your like, I mean, there's been really one show that you and I have talked about that we were both like, it started out so good and it didn't give me what I wanted at the end. That might be me personally. But anyway,
only because the rest of them are so good, though.
The rest of them are so good. So we are currently in the second season of the Afterparty.
Which, yes.
If you have not watched, is fun as fuck. Especially because every episode is from a different character's perspective. It's a different style of directing and cinematography. You'll get an action movie, you'll get a noir movie, you'll get a fucking Wes Anderson clone at one point. It's fucking fun. It's funny. I'm slightly in love with Ben Schwartz, but that's for later.
Oh God, I love that guy.
Me too. He was fucking brilliant in Parks and Rec. That's where it started. But one of the cool things that they're doing with some of the music is they're letting it set some of the tone of like whatever the episode style is. So, you know, in one episode there's some some oldies. You don't get Chattanooga Choo Choo, but you get something like that in an episode. And it sets the period style of this. But one of the ones that got me was they're all at an early 2000s high school party. And there's a mixtape involved, we'll just say. And the song is, Girl, you're my angel, you're my darling angel. Now, so that puts me in a very particular place in my life because I fucking hated that song when it came out.
Shorty, you're my angel, I think.
See, I didn't even know the fucking words, right? Closer than my peeps you are to me.
That's right, that's right.
So, like, I'm listening to this, and I mean, like, after our conversation about the lyrics in Christopher Cross's The Best That You Can Do, I'm not quite as angry at Shaggy anymore.
No.
But so in episode 5, season 1, you hear Angel by Shaggy. It kind of sets up some things, and it definitely put me in the place, and I was more engaged with that because of the place it puts me in for that song. And again, I don't like that song, but I did appreciate that it did entrench me in the vibes and the time of the show. So that is Keir Lehman, the supervisor on that. Praise Keir.
Praise Keir.
A punitive version of the Keir hymn.
That is Shaggy Angel featuring Rayvon.
Oh, fuck, I forgot about that guy. Sorry, Rayvon. My bad.
He's the singer they brought in. From Jamaica.
I do kind of love that that's the vibe he has, and I know that Sting and he are close, and still doesn't... I don't... Okay.
No, it's great. I look, there's so much interesting music. This, I think, was in late 2000. And there's so much interesting music in late 2000 through, let's say, late August 2001. There's just so much interesting music that is like the world really changed after that in a lot of ways. And it's like, it's such a time capsule of like, boy, what did we know? What didn't we know? Shaggy.
Yeah. Girl,
and that's the thing. It's technically not a 90s song. It's one of those weird things where it is a 2000 song and full on late 2000.
I think the episode was set in the mid 2000s. So yeah.
And
that's when I was hearing it too.
Yeah, exactly. It kind of came back. It came back as like sort of a fun throwback song in the mid 2000s. I remember that was like, oh, remember that song when we were in the club?
How many times did you play that as a strip club DJ?
Yeah. Probably, yeah. There was a few. It's actually when you get into like sort of hip hop mixed with Jamaican shit, it's not as fun to strip to as it is to listen to.
Yeah.
So, like...
That's fair.
The gals will tell you.
I made nothing.
Like, I like this song, but I don't think that I didn't make any money, okay?
Yeah, that's why the Danzig goes on. You do that.
That's right.
3-song goth set.
Right, yeah.
Carry on.
I don't like that you made more money on a song called Mother, but anyway. All right. I'm blowing through some Netflix. I'm really using up my money on Netflix for my subscription this month. Okay. I finally got around to Adolescence.
Okay.
I don't know if you know about this show.
I do.
This is a show that is, I'm not going to ruin it. I'm not going to do what everyone thinks I'm going to do.
Which is freak out.
Man. But yeah, it is written, it's created and directed by Stephen Graham. And Stephen Graham is very much like one of those like sort of Liverpudlian Cockney kind of Brits that you will know. When you see him, you'll be like, oh, Peaky Blinders, maybe? He's in a few of those kind of shows where he's always kind of in like sort of a period hardcore dirty Brit show. And so he is a father and about to turn 50, and he and his wife have 2 kids, and one is like a teenage girl who's 17 and another one is a teenage boy who's 13. And the show starts off with the cops busting down the door and arresting the 13-year-old for suspected murder.
Holy shit.
That's how it starts.
Yeah.
Now, if you're into the kind of shit that we're into, this is all a oneer. It's called a oneer. So it's all one shot. If you saw The Player, Robert Altman, that means that it is a one camera following the action. It doesn't stop for the whole episode.
Wow.
There are 4 episodes. It's a limited series. There's only 4 episodes, and they're called Episode 1, Episode 2, Episode 3, Episode 4.
Fantastic.
It's their hours, but they go by fairly quickly because it is so fucking tense when you watch a oneer shot because it just never stops. It never resets. The scene doesn't reset. It just keeps jumping from person walking to person sitting to person walking. And look, a lot of people are going to have different views about this show, and I'm not going to ruin a goddamn thing about it. It is a tour de force of a show, and not only that, but you should know this. I don't normally watch shows that have kids in it. I just don't. It's not interesting to me. This show, the 13-year-old who was booked in the show, it was important to Stephen Graham that kid could have zero acting experience. They wanted a raw 13-year-old responding, reacting to the words, to what was going on in real time.
Wow.
And this kid is amazing. His name's
Fantastic.
Owen Cooper. Doesn't even have an IMDb, basically. Like, this is his first thing ever. Like, you can look it up on Google, and there's like a black box that has a dull head in it. It doesn't have, like, that's all it was. Ashley Walters is D.I. Luke Boscombe in this. He's amazing. The cast is great. Stephen Graham is amazing in it. Anyway, if you have some time to get into a show, it's strangely not depressing. It's strangely not. But it is tense as hell. And look, you don't need to take my word for it, but you're going to hear about this when it's award season because it's 99% Rotten Tomatoes right now.
Wow.
It's an amazing fucking accomplishment of what they did here. And the story's good. And the acting is good. You might want the subtitles on. It's a little Brit for you if you're not used to watching Brit shit. Yeah. Like and I mean like a whole lot of, I love you. It's all right. You're right. Like there's a lot of very British speaking in it, which is great for me. I love that shit. But anyway, in the episode 2, it's got an underlying score that was written by Aaron May and David Ridley. And the music supervisor is Mark Kirby. But at the end of a few episodes, there is a kind of an amazing song that's put in there. This one is episode 2, and at the end of it is Fragile, which is by Sting.
The Sting song, yeah.
But it's sung by a children's choir, and it's featuring a solo by the actress who plays Katie, and her name is Amelia Holiday. And when you watch it and you have the subtitles on, it's like haunting rendition of Fragile is what it says.
Excellent.
It is. I cried. I love Fragile, the song.
Yeah.
I love Sting. It's just to hear a children's choir sing that song about how fragile we are is holy shit. It hits you in the guts. It's so good. A perfect placement. Mark Kirby, hats off to you, Stephen Graham. It's an amazing show. So, Adolescence on Netflix. It's out. All of it's out right now. You can binge through it all if you'd like.
Fantastic. I'm eyeballing it. It's on the side. It's on the side over there.
It's good. It's really good.
Yeah.
And again, I was like, I don't want to be depressed. I don't want to watch. It's more like interesting. There's a little bit of a cop procedural to it. And you'll like it. By the way, no Rich Brick Kitchen in it.
What?
Unfortunately for me. Yeah. So there you go. There's your sync of the week. Go and hear those songs and love those shows. Let's get to a little bit of last call, everybody. Last call. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here, ugly biatch. Sorry. Was that inappropriate?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry.
Everybody's beautiful to somebody, Michael.
Oh, a biatch isn't ugly.
You said ugly biatch.
Oh, yeah, I did. Yeah, that bitch is ugly. I'm just saying, you gotta get out of here. Anyway, last call. You got anybody last call today?
I'm gonna shout out two people. Number one, Tim Martin, and number two, Greg Rapp, the two fine people that did backline for Freddie Jones last weekend. Tim let me borrow one of his amps, and Greg brought the drums and bass rig. So appreciate both of y'all. I know you got paid, but you brought great shit, and I appreciate you.
Oh, very nice. I am going to last call Denver EMS of Denver Health, the ambulance people and the fire people that come so quickly. There's a gal named Tina and a guy named Marco. Marco,
cool.
Polo, we're the same age, but they were very quick to respond to something I had to deal with this weekend, and they're amazing. Not me. I'm all right. Everybody's okay. But it was for somebody else, and they were fantastic, professional, very nice. Somebody train 911 to be a little bit better One of the questions you don't need to ask me on a 911 call is, has anyone traveled to Africa in the last week? I don't fucking know that. The answer is most likely no. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I am last calling out to Denver Health. And so, Tina, thank you very much. There you go.
Fantastic.
Out there saving lives and kicking ass.
Yep. They do
All
that.
right, that is a wrap for us. Hey, remember to subscribe. That's the ask. Please subscribe. It helps the channel. And hit that bell on YouTube. Throw us a follow over there on Spotify, and you can give us 5 stars anytime you like on Apple Podcasts. The more you hate us, the more stars you give us. Remember, hate equals 5 stars. If you're a major hater, 5 stars plus, you leave a comment.
Yeah.
That's the way to get us.
Rage
you can follow
comments,
us
please.
at 2ShotsMusicPod for fun stuff. And, you can DM us like people did last week. We appreciate all those feet pics. Keep them coming. And thanks for listening. And we will talk to you next time. Until we do, keep looking great. Keep writing those songs and have a great week.
Bye. Love you.
Goodbye. We love you. Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.